My friends, I offer you Lenten greetings. I hope that you were able to observe Ash Wednesday yesterday and that your Lenten observations, whatever you may be giving up or whatever you may be taking on or both, I hope that they're going well so far. I mean, it is only the second day. So for my Lenten video series this year, I'm using this book, A Full-Hearted Life, Following Jesus in This Secular Age by Jake Owensby. Jake is the bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Western Louisiana, and he's a colleague of mine. He came to be with the clergy of the Diocese of Iowa at our clergy conference last month. I highly recommend his work in general. He has a number of books out. He writes a Substack, and this book in particular. So I want to begin with the first chapter in the book titled, Everyone Believes Something. Bishop Jake's basic premise is that everyone wants to live what he calls a full-hearted life. That is, a life that gives you meaning and connects you to something bigger. We all search for ways to live that full-hearted life. We want to find ways to make sense of our life and to see where we fit in the bigger picture. This gives us a way of determining what we think is right and what we think is wrong, what our own values are, how we will live in this world. So when he says everyone believes something, what Bishop Jake is talking about is whatever is behind our values, behind our concepts of right and wrong, whatever is at the root of what we say gives our lives meaning. It's worth some reflection on this. It's worth asking ourselves the question, what is it that is at the root of the way we live our lives? What is at the heart of it? Now, I'm assuming that most of the people watching this video are Christians, but the question is an important one to ask whether you are a person of faith or not. And for those of us who are Christians, Bishop Jake says that when we do our reflection, when we really look deep down, we may discover that some of the values and structures that we live by, that we assume are part of our faith, are actually part of the secular culture instead. So the question to ask is about the bigger context for us, the way we go about doing our best to live a full-hearted life. Is that connection to something beyond ourselves? Is that a connection to something that is immanent or something that is transcendent? That is it something that is in this world, immanent, or something beyond this world, transcendent? We can go about trying to live a full-hearted life by connecting to something that's bigger than we are, but that's still in this world. And that might mean things like having a successful career or raising your children to be as happy and healthy and successful as they can be, or having a life filled with friends and family, or any number of things that are good. And what Bishop Jake says is that all these wonderful things, if these are the things that we base all our choices on, they will eventually be unfulfilling because they are limited to this world. They cannot fulfill the desire to live a full-hearted life in a deep way. We can also go about trying to live a full-hearted life by connecting to something bigger than we are, that is beyond this world. That is to say, connecting to God. Bishop Jake says that this is eventually the way to live that full-hearted life, because deep down, it relies on that deeper connection, that transcendent connection to something beyond this material world. This is hard stuff. But what it boils down to is two questions to ask ourselves. The first is, what do you care about in life? That is, what is at the root? What is foundational to you as you make choices and live in this world? And the second question, how is that working for you? So I invite you to think about those questions this week. What do you really deeply care about that's the foundation of the way you live? And how is that working for you?